Hi, this is Zak Mir with the weekend edition of the US Chartbreakers here at Zak's Traders Cafe. It is Saturday, the 20th of May. Starting off with the S&P, where we've got a one-year resistance line break. That was from August last year, around 41.50. Above that, the rather simple message looking for the top of that rising trend channel from back in October, as high as 43.30 as soon as the end of next month. Obviously, there may be tests for support to old resistance, at that old resistance line, but in the meantime, we have that potential upside. 50 and 200-day moving averages both rising, RSI around the 60 level, so there's plenty of gas in the tank if required and if the market feels it is that bullish. Moving along to the stocks and starting off with Aemetis. Here we've got a situation where the shares have pushed through the 50-day moving average around $2.34. Above that, looking for the top of that broadening triangle from the beginning of March as high as $5. And surprise, surprise, that also ties in with the 200-day moving average level. Hopefully, we'll see that by the end of next month, while we remain above basically that 50-day moving average. Strong multi-tested uptrend line in the RSI window, which is a bullish divergence line, and that tends to deliver decent momentum in such situations. Another decent climber comes in the form of Applied Digital, and here you can see that the shares have very kindly hit the initial target we were looking for towards the I suppose $8.50 level. Above that above that line on an end of day close basis. That's a line back from April last year, and basically above $8, we're looking for as high as $14. By the end of next month, which would be an old broken support line, new resistance line there from back in the early part of 2021. So above $8, really looking for 14 at Applied Digital. Another stock which is apparently on its way to the upside is Freightos Limited. Here you can see that the shares have they're in a broadening triangle base, and also have broken above the recent falling wedge pattern that they had. So that was in place from the beginning of April. So the message at the moment above $2.20 in that broken resistance line. We're going for as high as $3.80 by the end of next month at the top of the triangle. Another nice bullish divergence situation. So lower lows going into May and during May, but the RSI line firmly pointing up. New name coming up next, and always welcome, obviously. Here we've got Catalent, and here looks like we've got an island reversal. Certainly, it could be a bear trap island reversal, but at the moment, looking for further end of day closes above $37 and the floor of that gap to give us initially up to at least $41 over the next couple of weeks, which is the old April support area. As far as the situation concerned at the moment, we really want to see the shares remain above the $34 area, which was support on the way down. So above 34, looking for 41 on Catalent. Stock which is also new in this particular sweep is Durect Corporation, and here a beautiful U-shaped pattern, of course. We've got a 50 and 200-day moving averages both rising. We've had a gap higher through or above the 200-day moving average. The break of the old $7 resistance area on the way down should be enough to take the shares up to the top of that that rising trend channel, in fact, which has been in place since as long ago as September last year. Timing on that, hopefully by the end of next month. So the view here really basically above the $6 area, looking for as high as 11 by the end of June. Moving along to a stock which may be of interest to the bulls at the moment. Here we've got Farfetch Limited, and we've had the gap higher through the 50-day moving average, and that's normally the start of a decent rally. The view at the moment is that while we're above resistance on the way down around $4.80, we could head up to as high as $6.50 by the end of next month, even though obviously Friday's price action was opening at the high and closing near the low. But let's give it down to $4.80 as the potential stop loss there for that situation. Microvision is next, and here a decent looking situation given the break above the 200-day moving average at $3.10, let's call it. Above that, looking for $5 as soon as the end of next month at the top of that broadening triangle from back in October. The 50-day moving average already rising strongly, so that is a good sign, and ideally we'll get away with no price action back below the 340 area, which was the old neckline February peak. One of the biggest movers of the day on Friday, if not the biggest, was Mallinckrodt. Here you can see that we've had bear trap rebound from back below the old April support, $4.80. Above that, looking for a pretty swift move up to $13 as soon as the end of next month, backed by the way that we managed to end the week above the 50-day moving average and above the old $6 resistance for April and May. Another new name coming up, and they've got P3 broken through the 200-day line, like quite a few stocks today. That's around the $3.10 level. Above that, we're looking for $7 as soon as the end of next month, which would take the shares back to where they were back in September and also take them to the top of a broadening triangle in place since October. Just a few stocks to go now, but all of them pretty active. First one is Stereotaxis with the esoteric name. Here we had a gap higher through the 50-day line and closing well above the 200-day moving average at $2.06. Above $2.06, we're looking for the shares to hit the top of that broadening triangle from September at $3 plus by the end of next month. Ideally, we stay on the right side of the $2 mark. Moving along to a stock with decent momentum at the moment, Suncar Technology. Here, the reason for saying that is that we've broken back above the old April support there at $6.80. Above that, looking really for the top of the range, $10, $11 by the end of next month, but obviously the stop loss there, $6.80 at old support. It's interesting that even with that quite a sharp dive below $6.80 support, the RSI actually remained relatively high, and we have a bullish divergence line there, hence the inclusion of Stereotaxis today. Couple of stocks to go. First one is one I think I covered in the last US Chartbreakers Tingo group. Here we've got a nice bull flag consolidation, just looking for an end of day close through around $5.40, let's call it, to give us a move up to as high as $7 at that November resistance line projection by the end of next month. And obviously the way things are going, could even be by the end of this month. Last one today in this rather marathon session is Interactive Strength, and again a rather interesting bear trap rebound. The old support here around $5.80. Above that, we're looking for up to $9 by the end of next month, and hopefully much sooner, as we have a strong U-shaped pattern there on the daily chart. That's it from me today. More updates during the week.